Hey everybody, welcome back to the Doggone Positive Way. Today we're talking about husbandry, grooming, vet handling, all the things that go along with owning a pet, a dog, and a cat, and everything else in between that needs care. So today we're going to focus on puppies and dogs, future-proof your puppy and get them used to everything that needs to happen to them, especially if you have a long-haired puppy like a poodle or Great Pyrenees or any of these long-haired animals that need grooming, and whether it's shaving like a lot of poodles do or brushing thick coats, let's get them used to it. Nail trimming, hello, let's do it. Nail trimming. All right, so husbandry or grooming and vet handling, I kind of look at it, they're different behaviors to teach your dog, but I look at it as an all-encompassing uh, training technique to do. And we're talking about desensitizing your dog to noise, like noise of a clipper, noise of a Dremel, and handling, picking up feet, putting a nail trimmer up against them, a nail clipper up against them. For me, I'm not strong enough to use the nail clippers anymore. I used to be able to, and I did dremeling also, but now I focus solely on Dremel. If you guys saw my video with dremeling Bella's nails, she falls asleep during the Dremel. I had another dog, Jupiter, who would fall asleep and I would Dremel his nails. Troy is a completely different dog. He's like, hell no, you're not doing that. You're not turning that on. So I am working him in small steps, or what we call approximations, just tiny increments of behavior that I reinforce along the way. I'm going to show you a video where I'm just teaching him how to target onto the Dremel. He knows how to target on my hand, and he also knows how to target on a Post-it note. I've done that with him. But we're going to go all the way through with this because I really need him to accept the Dremel, and I really need him to accept it from me because I can't always take him to the vet. I like to go, you guys know, I go back to Tampa Bay to Dr. Masters because he's amazing and the vet staff is amazing, and I just, really trust them. But I don't go there all the time, so they're 3 hours away. So I want to take them someplace here, or I want to just do it myself. Okay, and most of the time I just want to do it myself because I do. I just want to do it. I want to save money, and I want my dog to be comfortable with it. And let's just say I couldn't do it anymore at all. Let's say I couldn't even hold a Dremel anymore. Okay, somebody else has to Dremel his nails. Well, is he going to be a freak? I hope not. So how can I say? I hope not. That's a big gamble. Of course I hope not. Of course you hope not. But we need to teach them that it's okay to accept these kind of things that they could perceive as uncomfortable. All right. So with husbandry and grooming, we're talking about brushing their coat. We're talking about grooming as far as shaving down or even shaving their paws when paw pads, paw pads. And even if you don't have a long-haired dog, if they go to the groomer, they're gonna trim their hair between their toes. And for an older dog, like with Bella, it's really critical. She doesn't have hair between her toes, but if she did, it would be critical because she's having a hard time walking. So she needs as much help with traction as possible. Nail trimming or dremeling. Do you brush your dog's teeth? Do you want to brush your dog's teeth? Do you want to keep them, if you can, as far away from doing a full dental cleaning? Yeah, of course. Do you want to be able to maybe you could teach your dog and to accept a dental scaler? I knew somebody who did that. It was amazing. She was a dental assistant. Um, Ultrasounds. A lot of pets need ultrasounds. Rufus needed ultrasounds through his life, and he was absolutely fine going back in the little V thing, and he just would go back and just lay there. And that is because I worked with handling him and handling him and desensitizing him. I didn't know he was going to need an ultrasound, but because I did all the different handling exercises with him and having him over, just handling him when he's laying down and rubbing his belly and treating him and all that stuff, it really helps get your pet used to doing things that they could perceive uncomfortable. Sure, your dog's going to lay, like this little one behind me is going to lay on her back to say, hey, rub the belly. But what if you want to rub their belly? We're going to teach your dog how to go over onto their side and their back, and not force them. Because when you force an animal to do something, it causes a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. It can go bad real fast. I know a lot of us are wanting to just, rush through something, or when you take them to a vet, you have, just a limited amount of time there for the exam. But if you can teach them to deal with getting handled, getting blood draws, oh my God, and an older dog, like when we took them to the vet, I think we went last month or the month before, Bella's veins are a little older. And when you get older, sometimes your veins will roll and that type of thing. And you need to have your dog be able to accept the fact that there may be going in once with a needle, coming out and going in again. That happens. I hate that. But that does happen. So how is your pet going to react to it? Especially if they're sick, we need them to be able to have these things done to them when we take them to the vet, an ER vet, whatever it is. Ear care, dogs, it doesn't matter. They don't have to have floppy ears to get a dog an ear infection. Dogs with pointy ears can also get ear infections. So they're more prone to it when they have floppy ears because there's a lot of moisture. But I want my dogs to be used to me handling their ears. It's super important. Being able to put drops in their ears, being able to put drops in their eyes. It shouldn't be an issue, okay? And I'm going to show you as the weeks progress, we're going to go into the different husbandry techniques that we're going to use, that I want you to start doing with your puppies and your dogs. It doesn't matter. Like I said, Troy's 11. I'm teaching him how to do this. It needs to happen. We're making it positive. Okay, so let me just show you just very quickly. I'm going to add this up here, and here we go. You don't have to add a keyword. I wouldn't actually. I've just been working with them. Great training. Yay, it would be. Okay. I also like small training treats because I do a high rate of reinforcement, and I also will push things. If you're like me, you're going to do this. You're like, oh, the dog's doing great. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going. And you can't keep going. Sometimes it goes bad. If it does go bad, please back up the behavior to the last thing that they were successful with. But I like small training treats because I do a lot of reinforcing, especially when I'm teaching a new behavior. You're just scrolling. She gave me a treat for this before, but I want him to touch the Dremel. It's okay to ask your dog to reach a little further. Okay, so look at his face. He's so damn cute. I love him so much. He's such a happy boy. Um, so that is just the baseline for teaching him the Dremel. And it's simply just targeting on the Dremel. It's not turning it on. It's not starting to do his nails. It's just this. And what we call this is just small approximations of behavior. And this is what I'm working on. Just targeting. It's real simple. There's no emergency with his nails getting trimmed. And, so I don't have to push him. I don't have to feel pressure. Would it have been amazing to teach him this when he was a baby? Absolutely. But I didn't have that opportunity to work with him when he was younger. But we are teaching him to do this now. Now, this is also a good kind of a segue into zoos and aquatic parks, like, I don't know, SeaWorld and the San Diego Zoo. I went there for a behavior conference, and they showed, how they teach targeting so that the animal can have certain things done or certain veterinary tasks performed. Like if they need a blood draw from, let's say, I don't know, let's say, I think it was a giraffe. They're going to hold a target way up high, and the giraffe will touch the target up high, stretching the neck, and then they can do a blood draw. Okay, I'm not sure where the vein is on a giraffe, but that's just an example. They also will do that for nail trims, hoof trims. So they will teach the animal, like an elephant, say, to put their hoof. This is all through a fence. They're safe. Everybody's safe. But these are things that can be done now because I taught them through clicker training, through making a positive association to something that could be perceived as painful or scary or whatever they're thinking, to start to perceive it as something that is positive. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. Okay. And you can see this. Troy is super happy. But getting back to the elephant with the hoof, the elephant puts the hoof in a certain section of the fence that they have in order for the hoof to get trimmed. Okay. So they're doing these tasks on huge animals that could kill them. Granted, they're not in the same area as them. Okay. They're not in the same enclosure as them. Obviously, we got to keep people safe. However, they don't have to be medicated or anesthetized and put under to get this work done on them. So you have to think about those things. For us, it's great that they can do it on lions and tigers and elephants and everything, right? We just need to do it on our dogs, okay? So I guess I tell you that because if this can be done with, these large animals that can kill somebody, just to put it mildly, then we can certainly teach our animals to do it, our dogs, our cats, our puppies especially. This is future proofing. If you get a puppy, a poodle puppy, damn, get that puppy straight away to the groomer. Not even to get anything done per se. Maybe just go and get brushed out, or a combing or something simple. Probably not going to do any kind of shaving of the fur because they're puppies. But it would be great to do a quick nail trim while you're at the groomers. Maybe the groomer has a little few minutes of time and you're not a freakazoid and they'll let you back there. You're not going to stress your puppy out, but you can go and reinforce, boom, 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 one after another. Treat, treat, treat while they're getting clip, clip, clip from the groomer. Okay. These are things that are so important. I also like to teach these skills in training classes because I think it's so important. We need to learn how to handle our pets, and we need to learn to teach them that it's not a horrible thing to get a nail trim done, a blood draw done, okay, etc. We're going to keep going through this as the weeks go because I want to show you how he progresses with the Dremel. So that's going to be fun to see. Okay. And I also I'm working on him resting his head in my hand. That's very important. Also, a very important task to teach for checking his nails, looking in his mouth. You get a head rest in your hand, then you've got some control over their face and their head. This is not restraint. We're not talking about restraint. What we're talking about is what a lot of veterinarians are talking are coining, not coining the phrase, they're calling it, that's what it is, cooperative care. And I will leave a couple links below about the cooperative care videos that are available to you on YouTube, which is great that all of this is available to everybody. But let's keep it positive. Let's keep it harm free. I want you guys to just really turn this into a fun time. Take the pressure off of you, take the pressure off of the dog, off of the puppy, and keep your repetitions, just your training sessions, just short. It can just be a few minutes. Nothing big. We don't need hours and hours. Your dog's not going to last, okay? I mean, seriously. And let's see if there's anything else I want to cover with you today. I don't want to overwhelm you because it's a lot. It's a big section that we're going to be going to through. So I'm excited. I'm so excited to show you guys stuff, but that was just a little tidbit of it. Thanks so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. It helps me get this information out to other pet owners. And it also just helps me grow my channel. It's free to subscribe. It's free to like. It's free to share. Let's get this information out together. Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have an amazing week. I'll see you next week. Bye.